Hi guys. Well, I finished the November monthly minis that I've been working on, and well, I started out I was making 18 of these, okay? And if you were on my live stream when I was working on these, I think I did on my impromptu live stream that I did yesterday. I was working on them. And I realized at that time, because I started to actually put one of them together, that I didn't really have enough stuff in them. And so, because they were just, coming out kind of thin. And of course, I hadn't added any tags or anything like that yet, but I just wasn't happy with the size of them. So what I did was I sort of consolidated them down into 8. And I had some blue ones, but the blue ones were a little bit shorter. And so a lot of the stuff that I had cut for those wasn't going to work. And also those only have 2 rings in them, and I wasn't happy with the 2 rings. So what I think I might do with those is actually use some smaller rings and just make them like smaller journals at some point in the future, like a little bit thinner, smaller journals. So anyways, so these are all yellow and green, which, they're not my favorite colors, but, I jazzed them up a little bit with some beads and some real colorful beads. And then I just took a bunch of my old vintage sheets and tore them into strips. And I actually had some of these already torn from the Reader's Digest journals that I was making, or that I made. And anyway, so I'm super, super happy with how these turned out. And they turned out nice and chunky, see? And yeah, so let me just kind of run through one of them, and then I'll show you a little bit of each of them, okay? So these don't have names per se, but they are each named based on the little tiny tag that I attached on each one. So this one here is, I don't know which number, they're not numbered, so that makes it easy for me to kind of keep track of them too. So this is Her Eyes Gleamed, and you can see that, it's kind of beat up. Like, this is an authentic, bingo card from, I think it was from a church. Oh no, it was a high school. And so you can see scratch marks, and there's a little bit of writing on it and that kind of stuff. And so what I really love is that they're just junky. These are junky junk journals, and I stuffed them full of all kinds of randomness and some weird stuff and some pretty stuff. And yeah, so let me get inside this one and I will show you what's in there. Lots and lots of pages in these, you guys. I mean, seriously, I think they're probably 200 plus. I didn't count them, but you can see there's quite a few. Anyway, so you can see the beads and stuff. So I used, I think there's like 6 strands that have beads on them. Okay, so there's not a ton of pockets, but I did go through and kind of paper clip a whole bunch of stuff into these. I mean, literally probably 10 or 12 little bundles plus what I put in the pockets. So I used just a lot of, these are just from these are book pages from, I can't remember what book, but these are images that I had intended to fussy cut, and changed my mind. So there's some old maps. I have a whole bunch of like travel brochures, and let me zoom in. Sorry. There we go. That's better, huh? I have a whole bunch of old travel brochures. So I cut up a whole bunch of those, and some old music pages, and I used reinforcements where necessary, and some old dictionary pages. There's some Tim Holtz paper in here, and some old playing cards. These ones are really cool. I love them. They're so like beat up and grungy. And then some coffee dyed scrapbook paper, some not coffee dyed scrapbook paper. So one of the things that I think about with these type of journals, especially ring bound journals, is that you can use this stuff in other journals, you know. I mean, in a way, I kind of look at them like a faux flow journal or a flowish journal, because there's just tons of ephemera in these and lots of usable stuff. So basically, like, I don't know, kind of the way I look at it is like all of these pages could be used as journaling cards in other journals, or the beginning of art journal pages, or ephemera to use in collages, that kind of thing. So, because there's just a huge variety of stuff in them, you know. Lots of vintage wallpaper samples, postcards, tons of old postcards, some this is from like some kind of old I don't know, it's like a ledger type of book, but somebody's records, and some field guide books, some flashcards, and where they were too tall, I just chopped off the top and then punched a hole in it and put the rest of it in the book. So there's some really, really old ephemera in some of these. Some of it I can't even begin to explain, seriously. Like, I don't even know what it is, but it was in my stash, so it got included. There are some children's book pages in these. I didn't do a lot of just regular book pages, but I did pull from a number of different children's books, as well as a lot of my little cookbook pamphlets that I have. I pulled a lot of pages from those. I think I just assembled about 5 of them. And then, like I said, lots of scrapbooking paper, lots of maps, dividers from some cooking, like what are they called? What am I thinking? You know, a recipe box. Yeah, this is from another field guide on fish. This is just coffee dyed copy paper. This is a little this came from one of those big postcard books that you can buy, and you mail the postcard and then you have the little sample picture still remaining, and that's what those are. I put a popcorn bag pocket in each one. So I just basically folded it in half and stitched along the edges, and so you've got a pocket on each side. And some avocado dyed paper in each one. This is from the Seattle Transit System. I cut up one of their, this is a really old, like a service map and stuff like that. Some little tiny flashcards. I love little tiny flashcards. This is like an old check from 1929. So yeah, see, and this is going to span a number of decades, right? So there's a avocado dyed envelope in each one that I filled with ephemera, mostly vintage playing cards and things like that. And but it's not sealed, so it's you know, you could take it out and, you know, stitch around it. You could do collaging on it. You could use it in another journal, whatever you want. I just thought it would be better to just kind of leave it open. This is from a reader wallpaper, some card catalog cards, some old advertising. I put a page from a stamp, a Saver stamp book in each one. Oh, and like some die cuts and stuff out of book pages. This is one of those envelopes that I picked up the other day that is just super, super yummy. I don't know what it's made of. I think it's parchment. So I don't know if you've been counting, but like I said, quite a few pages. And lots of goodies in here. I made a pocket for each one out of a time card. This is an old pack of ledger refill pages that I picked up. And I just love that. It's nice, thick ledger paper. This is a pocket made out of a bus schedule. And some more coffee dyed paper. So each one also, the closure is a hair tie, just a black, you know, elastic hair tie with a Tim Holtz hitch post for the closure. Okay. So this one is, what did I say? Her eyes gleamed. Okay. And then this one, you know, it's very similar. It's, you know, it's going to have the pocket from that I made out of the popcorn bag, and lots of playing cards. Very, very similar. Each one has one of those envelopes from that stuff I picked up. The avocado dyed envelope. Kids book pages. And these are all from like readers, from old primers. The kids book pages. And then also some little teeny tiny, like Tiny Tales books that I have. And this one, did I say it already? This is Love is Spontaneous. That's the name of this one. Okay. And then this one is Marvelous. And, you know, so this stuff too, I felt like I left them nice and long. So you could use these as closures on other journals if you want to. You know, all kinds of stuff that you could use in other ways. So there's the back of this one. Niagara Catholic High School. I have no idea what city that was in. Patty got these in Texas at a vintage like market. I got these from Patty Lang, the bingo cards. So, oh yeah, I was going to do like a total flip through on this, but I remembered I wasn't doing that. So, you know, I'll just kind of go through each one quickly. There's some actual green stamps in this one. There's the pocket. So, and then, you know, kind of throughout each one, just sort of randomly, I just attached some postage stamps or, you know, things like that. I love that cow. Seam binding, label. So you get the idea. And, you know, you could probably add easily another probably 50 pages to each of these if you wanted to. Okay, this one is Live Every Day. And hopefully that's what we're doing, right? Living. Washington School of the Ballet. Yeah, see the Gin Basic Readers. That's what that one was. Just lots of old goodies. And then each one also has a bag, that one of these old like gift bags that I coffee dyed. And I just filled it up with, you know, other types of ephemera. I think this one has one of those booklets in it. Maybe it's a different one. There's a little. Oh, I can't find it in this one. Anyways, each one of these has a little booklet that's just made out of coffee dyed paper. When I find it, I will show you. But each one has one of those. Okay, so that's Live Every Day, right? Yes. Okay. And this one, another yellow one, is Precious. My Precious. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm a Lord of the Rings fan. Sorry. Can't help it. I love the beads on this one. So, yeah, you can see it's all kind of similar, you know, just different ephemera in each one. I want to find the little booklet. It's making me crazy. I don't know where it went. I know it's in here somewhere. But yeah, lots of different stuff, you know. Tons and tons and tons. And, you know, I just kept adding until I felt like they were full enough, you know. And so the other ones, those will be made into journals at some point, you know, who knows, maybe in March next year or something. Who knows? I've got so many journals that are like halfway made, but I really needed to get my monthly mini done, and yeah, so, and I was just ready to kind of end cycle on that. So, and this one is My Heart's Desire. Maybe I'll find the booklet in this one. I swear each one of them has one. Oh yeah, I'm just going too fast. Anyway, it's not a big deal. It's just a little tiny little pamphlet booklet that's just stitched on the sewing machine, you know. I might have stuck it in the envelope in the other ones or something. I don't know. I'm determined now, though. Yeah, sorry I'm going so fast on this, you guys, but I'm trying to get ready for my live sale. I'm doing just a real short, almost like a flash sale today, before my regular live stream starts. Although that's not going to start until 4 o'clock, but, and then I'll just do my regular stream after that. So, oh my God, I can't believe I can't find this silly pamphlet in each one of these. Hold on. Okay, so that one was, what was it? My Heart's Desire. Okay. And then another yellow one. This one is True Friend. Let me show you the beads on this one. Okay. And those are all strung on waxed cotton. Okay. Where is it? It's not in that pocket. Ugh, grumble, grumble. There's some vintage tally cards in a lot of these too. And you can see in the pictures, there's some green stamps. And there's, you know, there's 10 pictures in each listing. So here it is. Okay. So there's one of these in each one. Just a little pamphlet, a little teeny tiny journal. There is one in each one. I promise. Yeah, I'm going to put together some kind of pre-made bundles of, you know, almost like a journal kit, I think, and do like a really good price on them. So that's the 7th one. This one was True Friend. Okay, and then the last one is Artful. It's called Artful. And here's the beads on this one. I love this one. I love the colors on these beads. The purple and the fuchsia and kind of chartreuse. And I just went like super colorful on the beads on this one. Oh, and all of them, I guess. But so, yeah. There will be some strings, some sewing thread. There will be some thread from the sheets, you know. These are really fun to make. And I'm glad that I kind of pared it down to the 8 instead of 18, you know. I mean, sometimes I'm just overly ambitious, you know. But anyways, okay, so here's my November monthly minis that are listed in my shop. And don't forget, I do have free shipping and a nice discount at $100. So now is the time. Now's the time to shop 2 Silver Oranges, and you'll find a link in the description on the video to my shop. And yeah, so take a look. And I do have a whole bunch of other journals in there that I have kind of tweaked the pricing on them a little bit. So some of the older ones. So okay, you guys, you know, I think 2 hours. I'm going to start my live sale. It's about 2 o'clock Pacific time right now, so right about 4 p.m. But that doesn't have anything to do with this. So anyways, click the thumbs up if you like the video, if you like the journals. Go check them out. Yeah, and thanks for watching. I love you guys. Bye for now.